The bees are building up here in southeast Alabama. Not a lot coming in right now. There's a little bit, but not a lot. And so they're starting to burn through their food stores. So I'm gonna feed them today. I wanted to show you my setup here. It's worked out really well for me. I've tweaked it a little bit this year and made things a lot easier. Before we get started with this though, if you go down below and hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. First of all, we've got the tote. It's a 275 gallon food grade tote I got used from someone. I think I paid about 50 bucks for it a couple of years ago. Of course, we have the pump here. It's a 2-inch semi-trash pump from Tractor Supply. It's a Red Lion brand, and its max flow right here is 150 gallons per minute. This has been a little workhorse. The first one I had was kind of a cheap one I got at Rural King, and it lasted a while, but it stopped working, so I went and paid a little more money and got this thing, and it's been well worth it. It has done a great job so far for me. The next part of this is this contraption right here. Now what this does is I screw it on the end of this over here on the pump, and we attach this hose right here. I think it's a 15-foot hose. We attach it right here, and it circulates the sugar water up through that hose, up into the tote, and it mixes it up really well. It's got a threaded piece right here on the end that you screwed onto the pump with. Comes out with a T-joint that goes up here. I've got this quick link screwed on here to go up into the tote. Then it comes out here, and we've got a valve out here. We just keep it off when we're mixing up the sugar water. When we want to feed the bees, the pump's still running. We just turn this to the on position, and it is reduced down to, I think this is a 3/4 inch pipe right here. It shoots out through here and goes out to feed the bees. You can feed them, you can do it any way you want. You can feed them in open feed totes, kind of like I do, or you could even dispense it into any type of container you want to dispense it into. This right here is a 2-foot section of 2-inch hose, and it attaches from the tote over there into the pump. And this is the hose we dispense the sugar water with. It's a 1-inch sprayer type hose. It's real heavy duty. It comes out to the end. I think it's 20 feet long. You can of course get it cut however long you want it. And it comes out with this pipe right here. This is our little setup that we rigged up. And of course it's got a valve on the end that you can open and close as you want to. My buddy Rusty from Herding Bees with Rusty and Mike helped me get this whole thing set up. It is worth the investment to buy these quick links. This right here, it makes it so much easier to hook everything up. Originally I hooked everything up with these little connectors right here, but it was really a kind of a pain to try and screw it on and off every time. And it tended to leak some, and it would shift around, and it worked okay, but it was just kind of a hassle. These quick links make it so much easier. They are a little pricey, but it's a one-time investment. I think it's well worth it. So I would definitely buy a little nicer pump, and I would definitely buy quick links. And of course, there's different kinds of hoses you can buy and stuff like that. We just bought what we could that day when we were out trying to put this thing together, and it's worked out well so far. When I bought the pump, the output was facing the other way, so I just took it off and spun it around so it would come out this way so I could put this thing on and off. Otherwise it wouldn't work. Get it on there nice and firm. Okay, so that hose is going up into the tote, and so these quick links are awesome, and here's why. Let me show you how easy this is. All you have to do is just open these up like this. Like that. Slide it over the top, press it down on there, and just close it like this. And it's on there good and firm. So you can see I got one quick link here and 2 right there. The tote, it just snaps right onto the tote right there. I got this one right here. So now we'll just leave this valve closed right here so it can circulate around and mix up the sugar water. And then later, before we dispense the sugar water, we'll attach the hose onto the end right here. So the way I mix up my sugar water, it is not scientific at all. I don't really care if it's exactly 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 or whatever. What I've done over the years that has worked just fine is I'll fill the tote up to half the amount of sugar water I want. Right now we got some water running here. I'll fill it up to about what I anticipate about 40 gallons, which will be probably just below this first bar right here. And then I will put sugar in it until it's basically up to 80 gallons, which is about what I want to have today. There's the sugar over there. I got 400 pounds of sugar. So my mixture is going to be about 40 gallons of water and 400 pounds of sugar, about 10 pounds per gallon. That actually ends up, I think, a little bit thicker than 1-to-1. So I may add a little water at the end to get it up to that 80 gallon mark. You gotta make sure the tank is open. You'll see the water rush in here and it'll fill up the pump right here. I wanna make sure it's primed. You see it coming on up. Yep, see the water creeping in there? So we know that there's water in the pump. Otherwise, you'll bring your pump up. Valve's closed, so it'll cause the water to circulate up and through. Looks like we're ready to kick this thing off. Got everything hooked up. Got our hose from the tote to the pump, hose from the pump to the tote. The tote is open. Got our sugar stacked up here to dump into the water. So let's get this thing cranked up and let's get it mixing. I got it ready to go. It's mixing up. Okay, so I'm feeding these totes right here. I think it's a 27 gallon tote. You can get them at all kinds of stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, Sam's, I think has them. And I just took these and I drilled some holes in here. I think they're 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. I'm not sure, it really doesn't matter. Then we put pine straw in here so the bees don't drown. And then we just put the food in here and then put the lid on. It works great. The hose is attached here now, slid it on here. I went ahead and opened up this valve right there to allow the sugar water to move through the hose. That end is closed so it doesn't leak everywhere. I've got it open over there at the bottom of the tote. So I'm gonna crank it up and we're gonna put it in the tote with the pine straw here. Only got 4 active colonies out here right now, so I don't need a lot. I'll probably put what I estimate to be maybe 10 or 12 gallons in here. That'll be more than enough, I think, to get them through the next little while. I think that's more than enough. I think it's a little bit over halfway full. Some of these colonies are pretty strong, so definitely can't hurt them. Put the lid on like that. I keep the rainwater out. Bees are going through the holes and soak that stuff dry. I'm also gonna put a little Ultra Bee in this dispenser right here for them in case they need some pollen sub. What y'all think of the setup we have here? Please leave a comment below. It's worked well for us for the last couple of years. Of course, you can mix it up however you want. We did it in 5-gallon buckets for years, and we still occasionally use mason jars or bucket feeders on the tops of the beehives, just whatever we feel like we need to do at the time. If you want to feed a lot of bees in a hurry, this is pretty darn efficient, and it's definitely been a game changer for us in our operation. Before you get out of here, if you hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Y'all take care, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.